Hello, welcome to Telecom TV. My name is Tony Chan, and with me today is Eric Debeau, who is Head of NFV Solutions at Orange. Eric, thank you for joining us today. Within this conference itself, there's been a lot about talk about NFV and solutions that are being deployed in the market. As an operator, what do you think is the key kind of success factors for commercial deployment of NFV technology?
So hello Tony, thank you for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to discuss our Orange strategy. So first of all, for NFV deployment, it's not only technical issue. It's really a matter of a human collaboration between various teams, between service providers, the vendors, because with NFV, we have much more integration with VNF vendor, with vendor providing the infrastructure, the hardware part, and so on. So we need to have this good collaboration between everyone, and it's not only a technical issue. I mean, as engineer, it's always easy to write some technical stuff. It's not a big problem. But we need also to work together, and maybe it's a new way to work with newcomer like Mirantis, Canonical, Red Hat, or actors like that. So it's very different from us. And we also need to have much more relationship with hardware vendor, like let's say HP, Dell, and so on. So that's why it's much more a matter of collaboration with a large ecosystem. I think that's a key point. On the other part, we need also to have the technical solutions, but the NFV deployment can be a success if we can find the right way to work all together with vendors, but also internally, because internally there are some changes in the operation mode and so on.
Okay, and so how does open source play into that? Obviously, that creates a community, it brings everybody together. Is that a help, or is it a challenge because you have to work with more people?
Yeah, so open source is very important in NFV because we use a lot of open source components, meaning OpenStack for the Vim, and also all the various open source components like KVM, Ceph, and so on. So there's a lot of open source components to help us to build the infrastructure to host the VNF. So that's good that we can select this kind of open source component and no more be vendor lock-in on this part. So we also believe that OpenNFV was very helpful because you need to assemble many pieces from OpenStack, some from SDN controller, hypervisor, and so on. So you need to have this global solution, and OpenNFV is the right place to test all these components and to provide a reference platform based on open source components. Even if we don't use open source solution in our networks, it helps the industry to have this common agreement and to have a reference platform implementation. So that's why we believe that open source can help to do that. It's not enough, but at least it helps to define this reference platform, and also, as you mentioned, to be able to work all together with hardware vendors, with let's say software vendors, VNF vendors, service provider, and I think OpenNFV is a great success for that.
Okay. OpenNFV has been founded since 3 years ago, and since then there's a lot of different projects and initiatives within the open source community itself that has emerged. Is that a challenge, because it should get easier as you develop something, but then more things get added in? How do you manage that as an operator?
Yeah, it's true. We were an OpenNFV member for the foundation of the project. so 3 years ago. And it's true that we have seen a lot of open source projects emerging. That's life. Open source is like the life. Some open source project will die, others will survive. It's like Darwinian law. So, but so at the end of the day, we need some solutions that work fine in our network. With OPNAV, the cool thing is it's quite neutral with regards to upstream projects. So, for example, we have not selected one SDN controller. So we have some integration with ODL, ONOS, Open Control, and so on. So it's not a big issue. So we have seen also many projects on the Mano space, like open source Mano, Open Baton, maybe Stacker, OpenO, and so on. And we decided to join ONAP, maybe recently, because we believe that's a good solution based on operational deployment within AT&T. And for us, it's important to have a solution working. So that's why we decided to jump into this project.
But do you find there's a danger of choosing the wrong platform because there's so many competing solutions?
We have to take some risk, and, so we decided to select ONAP. We hope it is a good one. But yes, I think at the end of the day we should have some solution working. So if it's not ONAP but another one, we will jump to another one. But we need to have at least one solution working. And we believe that open source is important also to drive the standards and the ecosystem, to have some implementation working. Not only some specification, but some real code that we can use, we can play with, and so on.
Open source and security, sometimes it's almost a contradiction, but...
I disagree. No.
Okay.
No, because it's, no. I think it's the opposite. Because with open source, you have access to the code. So you can see where the problems are. If you detect some problems, if your solution is used in live operation, someone will correct them. So I don't think it's a big issue. But it's true that for this complex architecture with various components, we need to be careful about all these security issues. Meaning, for example, if I deploy some OpenStack component in various data centers, we have to be careful about the exchanges between the data center. We also have to be careful about for example, the access rights to the various virtual resources. And for example, we launched a project called Moon within OPNAV to have a better, let's say, access control to the resources, better than the OpenStack one, because OpenStack was designed for public cloud, and for the, let's say, telco cloud, we need to have much more control. That's why we launched Moon to do that. And we also we try also to put as much as possible some tools to check the images we can get from vendors, and with some security scan and so on. And as an example, yesterday we had some discussion with OPNAV guys, and we know that we should also maybe improve some security tests for the infrastructure. We have some functional tests, performance tests, but we need, I think, to improve that with much more security tests to check the global infrastructure and with all the components.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.